Please help me check everyone. Everyone has to stand nicely. You say 1, 2. Good morning, Teacher Belinda
and Teacher Candace. Good morning, Greg. Please take a seat.
Yeah, have a seat.
Okay, so we'll stop that there for a moment. So what do you think would be the advantages of starting a class like that every single time?
We know when class starts, if you have a ritual, there's a line.
Excellent. So behavior management right from the beginning. They've already settled down. They know that we've started. You know, you don't have kids like just kind of doing their own thing all over the place. Okay, so how we introduce our behavior management. So again, pretend that you are our students. Today, we are going to look at our class rules. So listen and repeat. Our class rules. Go.
Our class rules.
Very good. Okay, rule number 1 is we listen. Repeat.
We listen.
Okay, yes or no? If you're listening, are you talking? No. If we're listening, do you raise your hand? Oh. Teacher Belinda, if we're listening, do we raise our hands?
Yes.
Yes. If you want to answer a question, yes. Okay. Now, if we are listening, are we quiet? Yes. Very good. So what's rule number 1? We listen. Very good. Okay, rule number 2. We follow directions. Repeat.
We follow directions.
Okay, so everyone stand up.
Stand up, please.
Okay, everyone sit down. Everyone stand up. Everybody put one hand on your head. Everybody put one hand on your belly. And one foot up. And up. I always wanted to see how many adults I could get to do that. Everyone take a seat.
Have a seat.
Okay, and so what's rule number 2? We
Follow instructions.
Excellent. Okay, rule number 3 is we help each other. What's rule number 3?
We help each other.
So yes or no? If you're helping each other, are you fighting?
No.
No. If you're helping each other, do you share? Yes. So what's rule number 3? We
Help each other.
Okay. Sorry, next part. Now, if you break the rules, 3 strikes, you're out. What sport is 3 strikes, you're out? Anyone know? Raise your hand. What sport? Yes. Baseball.
Thank you.
Very good. So your face will be like this. And then you will go to the office and your face will be like this.
You won't be happy.
No. So at this point, most of the kids are like either laughing or they're actually pulling the same face.
Yes.
Which, you know, as teachers is incredibly entertaining. So why do we do this and how often? So before we actually do the behavior management, we send a letter to the parents. Why do we do this? It calms the parents down,
Yeah.
to be honest.
As long as the parents know what you are doing at school, then when they get the reflection sheets, they won't be pissed. They won't be so angry because they know what's going on. Yes.
Elementary. Yeah.
So this system, we use this for grade 4, 5, and 6. Yeah.
And this is all the teachers. So it's not just my classes. This is all the English teachers' classes. So we now have a common behavior management system across the department. So there's no more confusion. The kids aren't bouncing us off each other, that kind of thing. So this is actually, there's a copy of this in your handouts, by the way, if you wanted to use it as a reference. Our reflection zone, or what we like to term as our quarantine zone.
Yes.
This is where the kids do their reflection. They get 3 strikes.
Yeah, no budget. You can do like this. It's cheap. Just get how many boards? 6 boards and glue. That's it. Yes. We're going to show you the reflection sheets.
Yes. So with the reflection sheets, they don't actually do it on their own. Obviously, if they need assistance, we assist them. And it's not, we don't want to, do the whole quarantine reflection thing as a punishment. We really want to sit them down and go, okay, so what did you do? Why did you do it? What do you think you could do better next time? So we're there to actually try and avoid them coming back to that seat ever again. We don't want to see them there. So we're trying to get them to correct the behavior by themselves.
Yeah, okay, so the first part they just ticked, but I think for some of the kids, the naughty kids, for them it's too easy, the task is too easy for them. So when they finish that last part, I'll have a discussion with them, and after that I ask them to write 50 Chinese characters to describe what was happening, why you need to do reflection here. Okay, and then send it back to home. Send it back home and get a parent's right. So here we get the reflection, the feedback from the parents. He says, "Thank you, teacher. I already have a discussion with my kids, and I'll ask him to follow instructions for sure."
Okay, so we did have a bit more to show, but obviously we overestimated or underestimated the amount of time that we have. So you guys have some post-its in front of you that we did ask if you could write down a question or a concern about teaching that you may have. If your question or concern was not addressed during our presentation, if you could please raise your hand so we can have a little bit of a Q&A. Is there anyone? Yes. Yeah.
Story you told. Personally, I was in the same thing, but we ditched that program really fast.
Yeah.
And we did not stick with it.
Yeah.
So I think traumatizing is the wrong answer.
Oh yeah, no, completely agree. Obviously being new at the school at the time, it was one of those things that's like, do we deal with the parents having a complete meltdown? Because at that stage, when I first started, the teachers, the LETs were scared of the parents.
Yes.
Like petrified.
Yeah,
I had never walked into a school where teachers were so scared of the parents. It actually concerned me. And one of the biggest concerns was, oh my God, we bought the book. The parents are going to have a meltdown if we cancel this. So I had to find a way of making it easy as I possibly could every single lesson for the students. But we didn't have to, sorry. So we didn't do everything first of all. We could make it easier for the kids, we did. But because of that existed at that point in time, it was really difficult for us to ditch it because of the amount of complaints and pretty major complaints from historically that have come from parents in that school. But I totally understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. So that's the main reason why we give the letter to the parents like at the beginning of the semester, and it really truly reduced some of the problems.
I would say that the stress levels in my staff room have more than likely reduced by at least 75% since we introduced the behavior management policy and since we started writing the letters to the parents, which is pretty significant. Like we had tears last year. I don't think I'm seeing one tear shed at the moment. Like obviously there's still stress, but it's not anywhere near in comparison to what it was like when I first started. Any other questions?
I know these are not just, I just wanted to say I've worked with children for years, and it really is a little bit different. The pressures and the just a whole lot of things.
I think we're done. No one else? Okay, thank you very much, guys. I hope you guys got something for that and we didn't bore the living daylights out of you. Thank you.
Thank you.